What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. So what's up, family? I love some crazy relationship stories, and I love for the drama, man. And so there was a lot of them, and I just had to find some of the best ones and bring them to you because I'm nosy, you're nosy. Let's get into some crazy stories, and I'll give you my commentary.
So I'm about to tell you guys a really big secret. I am pregnant with my ex-husband's baby while I'm in the middle of a divorce from my current husband. But hang tight. The story is so ratchet, you're probably going to think it's crazy. But hi, I'm Abby. Most of you probably know me as House of Keto on TikTok. But I'm here to tell you guys, I've been living two lives, one on another social media platform and one here. And the one that I've been living here, I've tried to make like perfectly curated and only recipes, but I just can't do that anymore because that's not who I am. And I feel like you guys don't really know me. Like, you're like, yeah, I'll give this girl a follow because she makes lunch boxes and I agree or I don't agree with how she feeds her kids healthy foods or whatever. But I don't know, over on the other apps, people like know my whole ratchet story. Like the Jerry Springer, well, not the Jerry Springer version. It's more like the Sally Jesse Raphael or like the Ricky Lake version. But I'm here today to tell you guys, I can't keep living two lives, okay? I just want you guys to know who I am, know what I'm about, and you'll either love me or hate me. So if you decide to unfollow me because you're like, girl, I'm only here for your recipes and because you know how to season. Well, yes, thank you. I do know how to season, but you're going to get a whole lot more than that. And one or two things, you're either going to hate me, like literally hate me, but still not be able to look away, or you're gonna love me and you're gonna want to be best friends, and I'm gonna want to be best friends with you too because I don't have any friends. Well, I mean, I do have friends, but like, I like to stay home. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so anyway, yeah, what else about me? So yeah, when I was 7 years old, I met the love of my life. We literally fell in love. I was 7, he was 10. We got married when I was 19 and he was 21. We had our daughter together, Penelope, she's 12. But here's what I did. I cheated on him with my boss. Yeah. I know, I'm like a shit person. I got caught and I was pretty belligerent. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna apologize. Like, I was like, I don't think you're treating me the best, and you used to break my heart all the time when we were kids, and I deserve this, blah, blah, blah. Cut to 10 years later, living a miserable life because I ended up marrying our boss, the man that I cheated on him with. We had a child together, and we are literally in the middle of a divorce right now. But I'm pregnant with my first husband's baby. Like, well, he's actually not my first husband, but that's another story for another day. And that other one doesn't really count because I was just a ratchet teenager and I ran away from home and like married this guy that I didn't even know. But that's another story for another day. Y'all are probably like, what the hell? We were here for the recipes, but this girl got some tea. Joining me, I'm Abby.
So Abby is a little kooky because I know she's been on keto. Her name on TikTok is House of Keto, for all of you that are interested. But I've never seen somebody so excited to tell their business. Like, she's right. I can't look away. And let's get to the next one.
Can we say thanks to Bud for biting? Because if you guys were all nice to me, this would not be as fun. It looks like you can add Bud. You're right. Back when I was 19, I had no morals. Glad you can add. I just said, I cheated on my ex-husband. People would also call me an adulterer, a whoremonger, a slut, a hoe bag. What else? Horrible, ratchet, disgusting. Did I say slut, whore, hoe bag, homewrecker? Did I say all those things? Yeah. So, whoa, this feels good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys were doing about when you were 19, but I was homeschooled. I grew up like super sheltered. Never like experimented with drugs, didn't drink alcohol until I was married, like at home with my husband. Didn't get to do any of that stuff. Like didn't have wild party nights out. So yeah, I made a really bad decision, really bad mistake. I completely 100% own it. Regardless of how I felt like I wanted to be treated or what little, I'm not going to say I just woke up one day and was like, I'm going to cheat. I didn't. Anthony and I, we've been going together since I was 7 and he was 10. Okay, so if you think we didn't have our share of like drama back and forth, Anthony is freaking cute. Have you seen him? I'm using a filter right now, okay? But he's seen me in real life and I still do not know how I have pulled him. But get in there when they are young and they don't know how fine they are, because when they blow up, yes, it'll be the day ones that'll be around for that one special day, if you know what I'm talking about, okay? Yeah, so I'm the only wife that he has ever had because he's just so in love with me. But he hated me for a really long time. And, cold-hearted B is a word that he would probably use to describe how I was to him back then during that time. But like, he broke my heart a lot when we were kids. He was so freaking cute and all the girls liked him. And, I was 3 years younger. And when you're, 13 and 16, that's a really big difference. Because like, he was allowed to go and hang out and go bowling and like, I couldn't. So the 16-year-old girls were allowed to, and then he would break my little heart for 3 weeks and then he would come back and whatever. Someone else said, karma's gonna get you. Look, based on the turmoil that I'm going through right now with my divorce, karma, I know her and her mama, and she is whooping my tail. But I'm taking it because, to be honest with you, I deserve it. Anthony, he's forgiven me. And honestly, I do not know why. I love Jesus. I'm not a super spiritual person. I am hood and holy. What do they say? Pray with me, don't play with me. But yeah, I am wrecked by his forgiveness and love, and the fact that he did. It took him a really long time, and we didn't talk, but the way everything got orchestrated back together, that I will share with you guys as we go on. I gotta make this video for Safeway or I'm gonna get fired, because they don't pay me to talk about this. They pay me to make rest up peace. But thanks, bud. Thanks for coming. Want to be friends? I need to know someone with morals, and it seems like you have plenty. Let's keep talking about my ratchet life. So I came to sit down because I'm pregnant, and I was getting out of breath standing up. That's a long task, like standing. I don't think anyone ever calculates how long it is. But yeah, I don't want to come off as like it's not a big deal or I don't care, but I dealt so long. I lived for 10 years in like shame and embarrassed of what I had done. And I think that was part of the reason that I stayed for so long, because it was embarrassing. Like, I didn't tell people how like we had got together. Like, I just conveniently left that part out because obviously, doesn't sound good, and everybody had so many questions that I didn't want to answer. And honestly, back then I didn't want to take accountability or responsibility for it. It wasn't really until about 3 years ago that I really started to open that up and explore it. And it was only because I started going to therapy and was able to like talk to a therapist. I went to a Christian therapist, actually. Like, I spent 2 weeks in Colorado where I went for like 5 hours a day because I was just really struggling with this. And she kind of opened my eyes to the thought and the fact that that God could forgive me for committing adultery, but that also there was life after that. I kind of felt like the marriage that I was living in, like, I had to pretend that I was happy, even though I wasn't on the inside, because it was the best that it was going to be, and I didn't really feel like I deserved more than that. So if there's anything I want people to learn from this, it's not that Abby has a ratchet life and she can still make recipe videos. No, I want you to learn that no matter what mistake you make, you can never go so far away that God's like, I never want to deal with you again. Like, he's not disgusted by you. He doesn't want nothing to do with you. Like, that's who God wants. Like, he wants the liars and the thieves and the adulterers and even the murderers. Like, that's who God wants. And I came to this realization, like, man, wait a second. God actually sent his son to die on the cross for me, for this, to be able to forgive this sin. And not only does he forgive, but he also offers redemption. So just struggling and dealing with that whole thought of forgiveness in general was a big thing for me. And then comes Anthony entering back into my life, and this whole concept of redemption and it being better than it was before. It's just like, whoa, God, this is insane. And again, I'm not a super religious person. I've just experienced some truths that I learned from the Bible in my own life, and I know them to be true. And I know I didn't do it. And it ain't the universe. It's the God who created it. My ratchet life. Okay, so let me try to get you guys caught up. All right, so I'm not going to say the boss's name, the boss that I cheated with. I'm not going to say his name, so we're just going to call him unnamed boss, okay? So Anthony and I met each other when we were 7 and 10 in church. I come from a big family of 8 kids. He comes from a big family of 7 kids. We were both homeschooled. Like our church was like weirdly religious, like super weird stuff. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Lord. Yes, Lord. Okay, that's a whole nother story. But anyways, yeah, so we basically grew up together. Like we were always with each other, hanging out, blah, blah, blah. Anthony was like the cutest boy at the church. Everyone just loved him and thought he was so cute. I was like younger. And when you're 7 and 10, like that's a really big deal, you know, age different wise, because it's like, oh my God, when's your birthday? I'm 2 minutes older than you. I'm in charge, you know, that type of thing. So when we got to be like, you know, 13 and 16, I think it was a little bit awkward because like the other girls that were his age were like, oh, he is cute. You know, I was feeling Anthony back when Anthony didn't even know to feel himself. He still don't even know how fine he is. But whew, can you get pregnant twice at the same time? I don't know, because I would do it. Y'all know I'm ratchet. Anyways, yeah, so like all the girls were feeling him, and you know, I couldn't go to midnight bowl with the lights off and stuff like that when he could. And so, you know, other girls would be there and be like, oh my God, Anthony, you're so cute. You look like Justin Timberlake. And I'd be like, oh my God, no.
So I'm going to go to our next story because we're not going to stay when you're 7 and 10. She's literally dragged this out. Let's see here.
All right, so the rest of the story about how I cheated on my husband. Back in the kitchen because, y'all, I'm pregnant and I'm getting hungry. So we're going to make a snack. I'm also trying to film this video for Safeway. But because I've been talking to y'all all morning, my phone is dying and ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I'm just making some pepperoni and cheese rolls. Okay, so anyway, the boss, 18 years older than me and Anthony were both working for this boss. And the boss basically like started texting me, like he was texting me on my personal phone while I was at work, like, who's making you smile? You know, things like that. It was like stuff like that. And then it just turned into something that it shouldn't have been. You know, if I wasn't supposed to be texting at work, just come over to my desk and tell me to get off the phone. But I was actually good at my job, answering the phone. You know, so I might be on the phone with my little headset on.
So think of this lady, and I'm gonna sum this up for y'all. In my opinion, clearly she's dragging this out. This is what these people do, but she clearly was homeschooled. She clearly has no life experiences. She clearly hooked up with the first kid from her childhood, then ended up getting married, then ended up, you know, and we've all seen this a million times when you don't really have life experiences. Not saying that some people are high school sweethearts and go on to live happily ever after. I've actually never met that person, but I do know they go on to stay together forever because that's all they know. And some people just only hate change. But this girl clearly hasn't had no life experiences. I didn't like how she went to go try to blame the boss for texting her. It's like, no, you like that he was your boss because you clearly still call him your boss after you married him. And then you hooked back up with your ex-husband who probably just wants you back just to one up the boss who stole you away, because that's totally what happens in those scenarios. That's my whole scenario. We're not about to let this lady drag us down anymore. She's delusional. I hope after she popped this baby out that her and Anthony going to live happily ever after. But by how she is, I don't know. I think her and Anthony are delusional. God bless them. in their church. I am glad she understands that God does forgive sinners. Yes, he does. Let's get to the next story.
We are discussing the viral TikTok.
All right.
Learned being an escort, sleeping with people's husbands. You can do better. He can do more for you. He's just doing it with other women. He's comfortable. You let him be comfortable. He loves the kids, and he doesn't want the kids taken away, and that's one of the main reasons why he's staying. These kind of men need carers. 9 times out of 10, they're the irresponsible parent and you're the responsible one. They need someone to hold them down at home so they can go out and be crazy and do all the things they want to do and then come home to you because they know that you've got their back and they need that grounding. They do love you, but with conditions. Not all men cheat. Majority of men have fantasized about it, but there is a percentage that they know it's not worth it. They know it's the hunt that they want, not the catch. And they've already caught you. So that's why they're hunting. Or they want to. If they couldn't pay for it, they wouldn't get it. They think that everyone wants them. They don't. I don't want your man. I do want his money. You can do better. They are scared. These men are scared. They are scared to communicate and say exactly what it is they want or what they're fantasizing. They are scared. They are little boys. If they do leave you, they're not leaving you for someone better. They're leaving you for someone easier. I'm easy. You pay me and I am yours. There is no work to be done. It's an illusion. Small majority are very lovely, have big hearts. Some of them have mental illness. No, pretty much majority of them have mental illness. And sleeping with a younger, hotter woman is a way of validating themselves when they really could just go home to you and communicate, talk, be validated by you. They think their woman won't leave them. They do. They should. They're love bombers. If you feel like they're cheating, they're cheating. If you feel like they're lying about something, they're lying about something. If you can't have an open discussion with your partner about these fears, if you can't talk to your partner about these things, like, are they really your partner? Or do they look at themselves like a prisoner? Women rule the world. Without us, there'd be nothing. And they know that. And that's why they lie, they manipulate, they cheat, they gaslight, and they love bomb. They need to keep you at bay from reaching your full potential, which is leaving their fucking sorry ass.
So she was an escort and she was telling you guys reasons that men cheat with her and what they say when they're cheating with her. I will point out that she had a whole black eye telling the story, so I'm assuming one of them dudes with mental illnesses got her. Yeah, unfortunate. Let's go to another lover.
Hey y'all, my name is Nina, and I really have been hesitating to making this video for a couple months now, but I really want to share this, and I hope that it is encouraging and helpful to someone. Don't mind my hair, I am busy, I'm in the process of washing it. Okay, a little bit about me. I am soon to be 32. November, I will be 32 years old, and I have never been in a serious relationship. I've never been on a date. I've never even had a first kiss. And for a long time, that was something that I was ashamed about. Oh, wow, this is so much harder than I thought it was going to be. I did not think I was going to tear up. Whew, okay, so I've come to realize that a lot of my loneliness and a lot of my unhappiness was actually self-imposed. I did this to myself. I placed time frames and limits on things that I didn't have to. I would say things to myself like, I'll be happy once I lose weight. And once I lose weight, I'll be good enough to get a boyfriend. And once I get a boyfriend, I'll be able to love myself because someone else has shown me love. And it wasn't like I wasn't getting asked out. It was just by people I wasn't particularly interested in. I'm so sorry if you're one of those people. I swear to God, it's not like I thought you were ugly. It's just, it didn't feel right. Or there's no spark or connection, but it made me feel like, damn, do I need to lower my standards? Like, am I actually not that cute? But I think the real reason why I wasn't getting the attention that I wanted was because I had my guard up. I kept walls up. I told myself that once I couldn't let anyone get close to me, because if I let them get close to me, then they would see me the way that I see myself, and I hated myself. And I didn't want anyone to hate me like I hated me. So I kept to myself. And I spent years trying to convince myself that I didn't care what other people thought about me. I didn't care. But keeping that wall up to protect myself from hurt also kept good things from coming in. So I couldn't experience the good things that I wanted. And realizing that you're partly to blame for your unhappiness, that you have to take accountability, is the hardest thing to do.
So I love her story because, I mean, it's sad to her, but I think it's interesting because she is self-aware that she's afraid to be hurt because she's already hurting. And I think that's actually one of the most mature. I can admire people that, even though she's never experienced a relationship and she's never been kissed and all that stuff, she's not mentally ready for that. Like, if you can't handle your own emotions and feelings, you're not ready to be with anybody, because that's a whole nother person. And, you know, I think that she's maybe has fantasized that she will see some kind of spark. I personally have never just felt that, but I guess, you know, I live in a different reality than most. I'm a realist. So I think in my mind, like, when you get in a relationship, obviously you have attraction to a person and then you'll grow to love that person. But the whole spark thing, I mean, that's kind of like juvenile. But, you know, a lot of people believe in that. But I do like that she's candid with her feelings and she can be real with her insecurities. I do hope that hopefully she gets some therapy or something so that she can, you know, get over that. Because, yeah. Let's get to the next story.
My lashes, and excuse the way I sound. I'm getting over a cold, but I feel a lot better. Anyways, so these motherfuckers are really getting super clever, y'all. I'm at a family function, right? I'm at a family function, you know, like all types of people are there. It's like a family reunion pretty much. And this girl walks up to me and was like, oh my God, you know, you're as pretty as my mom said. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, who's your mother? She's like, her name is Ash. Ash. I'm like, okay. How are we related? She goes, your uncle is my mom's cousin's brother. My uncle who? She's like, your Uncle E. And I have an Uncle E. So I'm like, oh, I bet. You know, we all drinking in the circle. So the girl joins the circle, starts drinking with us, turning up with us, whatever, right? So this family function was like outside at this little park area. We end up going to somebody's house, another family member's house. We continue drinking, turning up, right? So the girl's literally turning up with us this whole time. Girl goes like, yo, we running out of liquor. You want to go to the ABC store with me so we can go get something to drink? I'm like, all right, whatever, let's get it. I was like, I'm not drinking like that anymore because I'm already in. But I'll ride with you. I ride with the girl to the liquor store. She go to the liquor store. She get a little ass bottle. I seen it, but I ain't really paid too much mind to it. I didn't say anything because I'm like, I wasn't drinking, so I ain't care. But when we leave the liquor store and she's driving, I'm in my phone. I'm like recording. I'm turning up, not paying attention to shit or whatever, right? So we pull up into this neighborhood. She's like, yo, I gotta run in here. She's like, I gotta get some shit real quick. She was like, I had to go in my house. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So she was like, come inside. She was like, it ain't really that safe out in these streets. I'm like, ooh, this girl really got my back. She told me to come inside. I go in the house and there's fucking like 3 men, 2 girls in there, and they seemed like they was like kind of turning up. I don't know. It was a little. I didn't know anybody, so I'm like chilling in the corner waiting for the girl to get what she got to get. One of the girls, tried to start talking to me on some friendly shit. I'm like, hey, what's up? What up? Whatever. Shit just turned left, right? The girl looked at me weird, like she was trying to escape or some shit. So I look at her, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm about ready to go at this point, so I walk towards the door. Why the man go towards the door with me, y'all? I'm like, I done got fucking set up. The girl that I went there with come out like, just relax. Y'all, that dream felt so fucking real.
No, she said a dream. Hold on.
Again, alright? So since y'all are invested, here is part 2. Alright, boom, right? So I'm at the door, right? The girl comes out, she's like, relax. I'm like, yeah, y'all asses need to relax. I went into instant survival mode. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, y'all need to relax. I'm relaxed. I'm looking at the dude. I'm like, yo, I just need to go out and get some air. It's a little loud in here. You know what I mean? So the dude was like, alright, I'm gonna step out with you. Make sure you good. I'm like, alright, come on. I'm being a little flirtatious because I'm in survival mode. You know what I mean? So he walks outside with me, right? I'm first, he's behind me. We walking down the stairs. The stairs is kind of steep, so I had time to think. You know what I mean? So when I walked down the stairs, I noticed that there was a path to the right. It's kind of dark, but then there's a path to the left, and it's a lot of cars and shit, right? So boom, I bust left right into the cars. I go running, screaming, help, help. I really could have got my ass hit, but I started screaming, help, help, right? This girl come out of nowhere, was like, whoa, 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 you good, you good? The dude gonna tell her like, nah, we just playing. This is a little game. I look at her and I'm like, it's not a game. They trying to kill me. Like, they really trying to kidnap me. So she started panicking with me like, all right, what the hell is going on? She was like, go away before I call the police. Soon as she said police and popo, she had her hand in her phone like she was ready. The dude runs off. I'm like, bet, let's go. I'm like, girl, I need your help. She was like, all right, where's your car at? Let's get to your car. You gotta go. I'm like, I didn't drive. I got set up. The bitch that set me up is upstairs in the house. She knew I ain't had no fucking car. She was like, all right, boom, I got you. Come on, follow me. I got my car over here to the left. I could take you. I'm following this girl. We running. As I'm running, I'm realizing I'm running towards a motherfucking van. So I stop in my tracks and I'm like, what the? Soon as I stop, 2 men jumped out this white van. I stop in like disbelief. I look behind me. She looking at me like, y'all, they all in this together. They was trying to get me. Okay, so here is part 3, and do not watch this part if you didn't watch part 1 and part 2. I want to make sure y'all all following, right? Okay, so peep the fact that they all pretty much was in this together. They knew I was going to run out that house, so they already had it planned out that this girl was going to approach me, and I was going to trust another again. They knew all that. Like, they for sure knew I was going to be desperate and for help. So pretty much once I turn around looking at her like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at her and she looking at me like, yeah, we got you. The dude that had just ran away is walking up smiling like, yeah, we got your ass. So again, I'm in survival mode again because I got to get out of this shit for real. So pretty much I'm fucking causing a scene at this point. You know what I mean? Like, y'all not about to take me down without a fight. I am screaming, kicking and everything, and they pretty much trying to throw me in this van. Y'all, they get me in the van and I'm in the van by myself. So y'all remember when I said I was in the car turning up? I wasn't paying attention, but I was recording. So I have recorded a clip of me and the girl. But one thing I do before I post my shit is I like to save it so I can watch it later. Because, when you're too drunk, you might look crazy. The girl didn't even peep that I was recording because I think she was so focused on getting me to this destination. So once I got in the van, I'm in the van by myself for a second. I know for a fact that they was going to search for my cell phone. So once I got in the van, I hurried up, went to my phone. I went to my Snapchat. I posted the video and I said, help, I need help. I posted the video and then I hid my phone. They opened up the door and they started searching me for my phone. At this point, they wasn't fucking thinking. They was like, damn, we never got the cell phone off of her. They asking for my phone. I'm like, I don't got it. I was like, I think I lost it when I was running. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Let me go. I'm screaming again. They shut the door. I'm still in here by myself, right? So I didn't go for the phone because I didn't want to get caught, right? But one thing's for sure, 2 things for certain. My sister gonna always have my motherfucking location. So at this point, I put all my trust into my followers, getting into my family so they can find me. So they ended up taking the white truck down some dark-ass alley. So if I scream and shit, nobody can hear me, right? They driving down this dark-ass alley, and it felt like the truck was about to stop. My first thought is to fight these motherfuckers and get loose. But I was like, you know what? Let me just do what they want me to do so I can survive. We stop in this dark-ass alley, and all they wanted to do was tape my mouth up, tie me up, and then throw me back in the truck. Bro, it's the fact that I'm carrying on with the story, and the dream was over in part 1. Share part 1 with your friends and piss them off.
This girl got a vivid imagination because I really thought this was a real story. It was a dream. And she kept saying it. And I thought maybe she woke up. Let's get to a bad first date.
Wildest first date story. I'll go first.
So ladies, if you have a wig, hold your wig because this is a crazy story. So I met this guy in Chicago, but he was from Atlanta. When I went to go visit in Atlanta, to go visit my brother, I kind of let him know, text him, like, hey, I'm in town. We never went out on a date before. So he was like, I'll take you out on a date. So we go to this really nice, dressed really nice, went to a really nice restaurant. And then afterwards, he suggested, let's go to this lounge. I'm not going to say the lounge because Atlanta is kind of small. But afterwards, we went to the lounge. I should have just took my butt home, but I didn't. So we go to the lounge. Everybody know him because he's like a well-known guy in Atlanta. So we're sitting at the table, you know, having a little cocktail or whatever. And I'm just sitting there looking pretty. Out of the blue, this guy came up, ran up. It was like an on-site thing. Punched this man. They get the fight. They fall up on the table. They ended up breaking the table. At this point, everybody just kind of went all over. They're fighting around the lounge, literally fighting. So while they're fighting, his keys fall on the ground. I grab his keys. I then go to the bathroom, call my best friend, like, girl, this is crazy, what to do? She said, it's time for you to leave. But get in mind, I have this man keys. So I'm looking around. I guess he went out the back door. So I go out the front door and I'm by myself. I see him walking up to me and I'm walking up to him. I'm trying to give him his keys. Whoever the guy he was fighting in the lounge came up out of nowhere, literally, and hit this man upside his head. Literally knocked him clean out right in front of me. He's laid out on the ground, literally eyes looking straight, not blinking. I'm scared. My first thing is, I'm from Chicago. Are they coming to come get the gun? I gotta get up out of here. But I didn't leave him there. I ended up staying to make sure he was good. I go run in his car. This is before I knew how to start a car with the push to start. I'm nervous. My heart beating fast. I'm probably sweating trying to start his car. And I just can't start it because I'm nervous. I don't know how to start this push to start. It was wild. So the security guard knows him as well. So they ended up taking him to like the side. So I ended up getting on the phone with this comedian, which is a well-known comedian. So his friend was just trying to make sure he was good, and I'm making sure he was good and that he was in good hands. So he's sitting there with a big stupid knot on his head. It was wild. It was so wild. I had already called the Uber to come get me because it's time to go right now. Because like I said, we're going to take it back. I'm from Chicago. You never know how stuff like that ends. So it's time to get up out of here. But when I say y'all, I was spooked the entire ride. Like literally looking over my shoulder. I didn't know what was going on.
I mean, yeah, first day getting knocked out. I'm still mad at that girl with the lie. But let's see what this girl's part 2 is.
Okay, so y'all wanted it. I'm going to give you part 2. Okay, so after him getting knocked out and I'm going home scared, I didn't hear from him for like 2 days. I'm sure because he was embarrassed, right? I'd be embarrassed too if I'm on a date with a girl and get knocked out. So he called me and we talked about it. He literally forgot like exactly what happened. I had to let him know, like, dude, this is what happened. Like he got knocked clean out to the point that he forgot. So that was that. I didn't hold it against him. But get in mind, I didn't live in Atlanta. So it wasn't like it was an everyday thing going to see this man. So I go back home, whatever. Didn't hear from him. And then he comes to Chicago like 2 months later. He asked me if I wanted to go to this concert. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So he invited me to the concert. Me and my girl go. We in a Sprinter outside. We're having a good time, drinking a little bit, and then we eventually go inside, and we're backstage with the artist. You know, it was a rapper, and he's like in entertainment, so it was perfect. Me and my girl, we're chilling, we're having fun. Next thing you know, to the right of me, I see a fight break out, and I want y'all to guess who it is. It was the guy who got knocked out in the fight. I don't know if he was trying to redeem himself and show that he was just like
Hulk Hogan or the Hulk. I don't know. It was weird. So next thing you know, I looked down the stairs because we were on top of the stage, and then like down the stairs, I guess him and the guy was fighting. He fell and landed on his leg and broke his leg. Y'all, I kid you not. That is the second time I went out with that man, and he broke his leg. He had to get rushed to the hospital, and to be exact, he had to get rushed to Northwestern Hospital in Chicago. So before he got rushed away, he gave me his Rolex and a big stack of money. I did not go to the hospital because at this point it is what it is. So I went to the club with my girl afterwards, and we had fun with the artist who was performing that night. So the next day I went to his hotel room, dropped off the money and the Rolex, and I got done with him. He had the cast on his leg. It was so sad, and what's so crazy about it is that man was in his late 40s acting a fool. I thank God for growth for me because I was like only like 25.
Literally, like, I can't with that story. These stories are crazy. I'm still mad at the girl that lied about being kidnapped because, one, like, people really get kidnapped, and like, two, like, she was just too good. But a lot of these people be lying for likes, but at least she admitted she was lying. But that story was too realistic. She was too into it. Kudos to you because you had me. Yeah, be careful out there, kids. It's some crazy stuff going on in this world. And yeah, this is another relationship debauchery episode brought to you by F is for Family. You guys have a good day.